customer complaint is overheating. I didn't get as far as checking for heat yet. The coolant reservoir, there's a bit of overflow there, or signs of leakage, so there's no coolant leaks aside from what came out of the overflow bottle. Key on, AC on, the radiator fan should be on at this point. Okay, both fans are turning. Both fans are turning. That tells me the fuse on top of the radiator is okay. Not the fuse on top of the battery is okay. I'll show you which fuse I'm talking about. This is the fuse for the radiator fans. So that one's okay. Don't need to check that one right now. So my next step then would be to start the car, let it run, and check for flow back into the reservoir bottle. And then also monitor for heat. So we're going to turn the heater on. Put it to vents. And what I like to do is close the vents and just have this one open, so it's easier to get to when reaching through the window. So this is the overflow hose. We're going to remove the hose and check for flow. That's already a bad sign. And the faster the engine RPM, the more fluid should return into the bottle. So we're just going to raise it to about 2,000 RPM, or a little bit more, 2,500. There's no flow at all. Before condemning the water pump, you have to make sure that this hose is not obstructed. So you blow into it and you watch for coolant level change here. Did you see the bubbles? So the hose is not obstructed, it needs a water pump. Okay, so all I did so far is set it up to top dead center. Here's the cam mark, lines up. Timing mark down here, obviously you can't see, but trust me. Figured I would start rolling again so you guys can actually see a bad pump coming out. Not that, in case you think I'm lying, that it's a water pump. an original belt. It's 2004, 12-year-old belt and water pump. So we're going to do the whole kit, thermostat because it overheated as well, and temp sensor. That way we cover all our bases. Bracket has to come off. Okay, let's see if I was right. Where's the impeller? There's half of it. We're not missing too much. So anyways, clean everything up, put it back together. Okay, new pump is in. I'm going to try to continue non-stop right now so you can see the flow difference right afterwards. It's holding vacuum. It means I can fill the system. I first open up the tube to get fluid up to here. Then I close it again. Give it a quick suction again one more time. And now I let it run until the system is full. I can never see the end here. So you can see the fluid is entering. The hoses are slowly expanding. When it gets down to about 8 to 5, I pull the tube out so that it sucks some air. That way the level drops here. Oops. I wasn't paying attention, so it's at the bottom now. Gonna have to do this again. Continue sucking. About here, I'll let air go into the system so that fluid can drop. I can always add more later on. Make sure oil is in the system. Get the hose ready for removal. First, we're just going to let it idle so you can see what the flow looks like. There will be a little bit of air coming out initially, so it might just sputter a bit. But you can see here at idle that it's flowing already. washing off the spilled fluid. It drains out the little overflow port. Then I'm going to do the 2000 RPM again, if I can find the pedal. And you can see lots of fluid being returned. So this water pump is obviously good. Now we're just going to wait for the thermostat to open and the fans to come on. We're also going to keep an eye on the heat inside. Obviously with a good water pump it should have good heat flow, and I'm already feeling a little bit of heat. Check engine light is on. I'm just going to scan it real quick. The main complaint was overheating. The boss told me just to have a look at the water pump. He never said anything about the check engine light. So I'm just going to scan it real quick. It might have a temperature sensor code, fault code, engine temperature too low, and that would be a thermostat usually. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that one and copy and clear. I'm going to monitor temperature with the scan tool. But that's pretty much it. Broken water pump. We'll see if the fans come on and the thermostat open. Well, which it should. It's a new thermostat. So with a good thermostat, the engine temperature will rise fairly steadily. It'll get to around 90, 92 degrees, and then it'll sort of plateau for a while. At this point, actually, let's back up a bit, 87 degree thermostat starts to open, and then by about 90, 92 degrees it's fully open, and then the coolant that's in the radiator starts to circulate, and that's why the level will stay steady for quite a while. And then as the level or the temperature equalizes in the radiator and the engine, it'll climb some more. The radiator fans will come on and bring the coolant temperature down again, and then the cycle continues basically. So you can basically watch your temperature go up and down, up and down. A thermostat that's stuck open, the engine will warm a lot slower. Or when it's in running, once you're at operating temperature and you're cruising, the temperature will drop, which it shouldn't. That's my whiteboard of knowledge. 90. Upper radiator's warm. Upper radiator hose is quite warm. Lower rad hose is still cold. And so, like I said, at around 90 to 92, it's going to stay at around this temperature for a while as the thermostat starts to open, and once it gets fully open, the temperature will start to rise again. Okay, the radiator is starting to get warm on the top half. Coolant flows across the top, and then it returns on the bottom half, and then it goes into the thermostat. So the upper left corner is starting to get warm. The lower right corner is still cold. 92 degrees still. lower right hand corner starting to get warm. There's slight warmth in the radiator hose, the lower. 92. Yeah, there's distinct heat that's starting to surface now. 92 still. I can definitely feel the heat now. I can't hold that for too long. It's getting to the point where I can't hold it anymore. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So 93 degrees. And like I keep saying, 96, 97 is when these fans should come on. 94, 95. 95, 96, 95, 96, 95, 96. 5, 4, oh, there we go. 96 degrees. So thermostat is working. The radiator fan switch that's down there is working. The fans, everything is good again. Fans just shut off, engine RPM increased a bit because the load is gone, and like I said, that cycle will now continue. They'll come on, shut off, come on, shut off. And the last thing you want to do is let it cool down completely, and then recheck the fluid level in the radiator reservoir bottle. In the reservoir bottle, not the radiator reservoir bottle. Okay, thanks for watching.